Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters. Let me make sure we got the volume up here. Oh, yeah. Good evening, Tricky Dick, Bird Lover, Mona Lisa, Susie. Hey, April. Everybody coming in here. Welcome to another edition of Encounters. And I believe last night's show was par excellent. Last night's show was amazing. And we're going to have another great show tonight. I just want to make sure that last night's show got downloaded, which it should have been. And let's just take a quick look here. And I believe yep. All right. So last night's show I'll be putting up tonight. Good to see everybody, birds in flight, everybody coming in here. Welcome, Cirrus Frequency. That's a good name. I like that, Cirrus Frequency. Chicken Little, welcome, Chicken Little, everybody coming here. Phoenix. You're watching, hey, Teresa, you're watching the #1 spiritual UFO talk show here, going on 3 years. Lucas, good to see you, Ozzy. And John was great last night. The Enlightened One, John, was excellent. Thank you, Lois. Thank you, Lacey Poole, for being 12, User 707, welcome. And we're going to have another great show tonight. Tommy, welcome to the show, everybody. Deborah, Mindspeak 1111, Pablo, everyone coming in here. Michelle, Rogue, thank you for the gifts. Tommy, thank you for the gifts. We appreciate that so much. We thank you. Stargazer, hey, how are you? Bertha says, I'm sending you a video of a cloud of thunder with no rain that happened in front of my place. Interesting. We want to see that. Yeah, the segment was really great last night. And this is the kind of quality interviews we have. Hey, One Toyota, Stallion, Alexa Angel, good to see you. Queen, everybody coming in here. Norma, 215. Rosie, Arizona. Judy M. Hey, Pablo, good evening. Alt South, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for joining our show here. Danny, Access, welcome. User 852. And everybody, Kimberly, welcome, Kimberly. Glad to have you, Stallion. Thank you for the gift. Mooney, something. Jackie B. Hyatt. Stallion, thank you for the hand heart. I appreciate that. And make sure that you're all tapping. So I need you to tap. We're at 3,000 right now. We're going to go for 100,000 by 1 a.m. So this is a 2-hour show. Yes, we did. We got a haircut. Hey, Terry Venus, good to see you. Yes, we did get our haircut. We got it cut 2 days ago. Yes, indeed. You noticed that. Excellent. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, One Toyota, for the gift. Excuse me. Leslie, welcome, Daisy Dog. Good to have you with us. I think it's Aretha Red, Tara Gossick. Hey, Tara Gossick. Steve. Acid TV, good to see you, brother. Joanne, welcome to the show. So this will be our 2-hour show. It looks very nice. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. I'm trying to look a little bit more professional. Just kidding. But every once in a while, I have to get the haircut because if I don't get a haircut, my hair is going to be wild and it's too crazy. Hey, good to see you, Steph. Watkins, Wade Watkins, good to see you. Ruby, good to have you with us. Everybody here. Kevin B501. I think it's Wutsa. Prince Johnson, Ginger Griffin. Welcome, Ginger. Chino, Q68 Senior. Everybody come in here. Welcome. Just a warm welcome to everybody. If you're new, if you've been with the show for 3 years, welcome everybody around the planet. We're glad to have you all with us. We're a very welcoming talk show. We've been doing this stuff for 3 years, and we have a really good protocol in our program. When we do interviews, hey, Kristen, Bonnie Ellis, good to see you. One of the things is when we interview people, you have to be over 18. No kids on the show, no naked people on the show. We've had that problem before. No cursing. No smoking, no vaping, no drinking on the show, no drunks on the show, no paranormal discussion, no religion, no politics, no trolls. I think I covered everything. Then the newest one on my list is no putting down anybody. No hating anybody, no putting down anybody. Everybody is to be uplifted and loved. Thank you so much. This could go viral. My new hairdo on TikTok could go viral. I didn't think about that. Hello, Olivia. Good to see you. Wouldn't that be interesting if my hairstyle goes viral on TikTok? It could be a thing. Hey, young Skywalker. Good to see you, brother. Hey, Crafters Girl Boutique. Hello. How are you? Elaine, everybody coming in here. Welcome. Good to have you all with us. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate it. Hey, Gino, it's like a little bit of a slight cold or allergy going on here, but we are going to get rid of it. I'm a fighter. When the allergy thing this time of year happens, you got to, hey, thank you, Susan. Thank you. I appreciate it. Could you imagine with my new hairstyle if I was wearing like a professional suit right now? You wouldn't even know it. If I wore a suit right now, I'd probably be looking I'd be so like professional looking, but that's not the way I am. Thank you for the level up, Sparks. Thank you for the cake. I got the apple cider here too, Bird Lover. Your apple cider? Yep, I have the apple cider. Thank you. A real profile. Thanks to Lavella. Good to see you, Lavella. How are you? Angelica, 25. Hey, Angelica. Penny, how you doing, Penny? Sophie. Hey, Sophie. Val Cleary, welcome. Cosmic Thunder. I like that name. Deborah, be looking hecka sharp like in a tux. Only once in a while have ever worn a suit if I had to, but I feel so much freer when I'm like this, So we just do what we do. Hey, Fred, Debbie, everybody coming in here, welcome. Yeah, I could be starting a trend here. If that happens, I'll be looking on TikTok for the trend if it happens with my new hairstyle. We'll see. I was going to do the Elvis hairstyle, but I thought that might be a little bit too much. Olivia, good to see you. Christine, Thomas Jefferson, welcome. Thomas Jefferson, you're famous. Shauna, welcome. Ira Brown, welcome, Ira Brown, to Encounters. For people new here, hey, Lexi, this is a spiritual UFO talk show, believe it or not, and called Encounters. And for 3 years, Encounters, UFO Contact. And hey, David, and we're here to bust the matrix. We're here to have disclosure. We're here to tell you the truth, the cosmic truth, and nothing but the cosmic truth. So help me. May we be liberated as a people on the planet Earth. Right. Hey, Trusting Guard. Let's see. Cheryl, welcome. AQ, welcome, AQ. Sylvia Quinlet, I think it is. Debbie Green. Cool hand. I thought you were doing a Giorgio hairstyle. I don't think I had the style to be able to do that. Hey, that's right. Easy. Welcome, Lynn 940. Hey, Lynn. So we're going to get into stuff here. Like I said, a little bit of a cold going on here, or allergies. So we're dealing with that. But okay. Thank you. Thank you about the curly hair. There's a lot of activity going on over here. Alicia, Bertha, we'd like to bring you up then. If there's a lot of activity where you are, you can be our first guest tonight. If you want to come up. Hey, Whirlwind, good to see you. I'm seeing drones and thunder. Let's talk about that. I'm spontaneous here, so let me bring Bertha up here. If you'd like to come up, we'd like to hear about the drones and the thunder. What's that all about? Hey, Sovereign Zero, good to have you with us. Sovereign O. Lawrence Walsh, good to see you, brother. Pam V. Let's see if Bertha can come on up. I just sent them a request. I think your hair is more popular than UFOs tonight. You know what? I'm thinking that's happening. I think people are fixated on my new hairstyle. Hey, Marie. I hope it too fixed. That'll take away from everything else, but that's all right. Hey, Alicia. Good evening. How you doing?
Hi, can you hear me?
I sure can. You want to come? You want to come up on camera?
I I just want to
You,
point like to the sky so you can see. How can I do
oh,
that?
okay. So I'm gonna push my camera button, you can actually press save and you'll be on camera, and then we'll figure that other. Then there's a thing where you can flip the camera on your thing on your TikTok, and it'll flip it so you can show us the sky instead of just seeing you as well. Not that we don't want to see you. There
There.
you go. Cool. Very cool. Look at that. What's that light out there?
Okay. Let me zoom. Oh, can you zoom?
No. And now you got it. Don't whatever you're doing. Now
Okay.
we're seeing the sky. Now we can see the sky. I see it's thunder. There's thunder out in the sky. It's cloudy.
Hold on.
And where are you located, by the way?
I'm located in Texas.
Texas. Okay, we have a lot of people in Texas. I see the street lights. I see the thunder.
Yeah, there was
Above the
two
street
drones
lights.
roaming around right now. See if they.
Yeah, those are street lights, everybody. But what we're looking for, she said there were 2 drones. So we're trying to see if they come back or whatever. But I do see you have some unsettled weather down there in Texas right now.
It's not raining. It's
Okay.
humid.
Yeah, those are street lights. People ask me those. The one
Yeah,
on the
those
right
are
and left,
street
those are all
lights.
street
Yeah,
lights.
those are
all
not
street
drones,
lights.
but there was 2 drones right now roaming
And
around. They just disappeared. See if I can see them in a minute.
how big were the drones? Were they small, big? How big were they?
They were kind of small.
They were small. Okay.
Yeah,
Do you
they
think
have
they were?
blinking lights. I do have a
Uh-huh.
clip. I'll go ahead and send it to you through message if I can,
Okay. Yeah.
so you can
Do you
see.
think? Do you think the drones were man-made, like there were people flying them in the air?
Well, these ones were flying kind of fast. I
They
do
were.
know how to pinpoint when it's like a drone, like a
Okay.
government drone.
Yeah.
But these were kind of fast, and there was 2, but they flew and they just went like that direction. So
Okay. So they disappeared.
yeah. Right now we just have like a big cloud of thunder, but there's no
Yeah.
rain.
Nothing happening.
Yeah.
All right. Well, definitely we'll have to look at that. So have you been documenting this kind of activity where you are for a while?
I have. Yeah,
You have. Okay.
I've seen orbs in the past. Yeah. I do know how to extinguish like a drone in an orb.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they're more faster than a drone, man-made
Mm-hmm.
drone. But yes, right now.
And the orbs that you've seen, what's the most recent period of time you've seen the drone? I mean, not a drone. Well, how big were the orbs when you were seeing them in Texas?
They do fly really, they do go really, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
is what I'm encountering right now. I'll go ahead and I'll keep you posted during the night. Yes.
Yeah, if something happens and they show up again, we'll bring you up for sure.
Okay.
All right.
All
We're
right.
gonna bring you down. Our friend in Texas reporting that just a while ago, before she came up, she saw drones that were moving really fast. She's also seen orbs, so she'll keep us posted if anything, dramatic happens out there. And it looks like they have some unsettled weather. There's no rain there, just the thunder and lightning, or whatever. So yeah, you're watching Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Welcome to another night of a show that's out of this world. We're on here till 1 a.m. Eastern. That's 12 midnight if you're in the Central Time Zone. It's now about 4 a.m. in, I think, the UK. So hello out there in the UK and people in Europe who are viewing in, people in the Pacific Ocean area, New Zealand, Australia, Japan, wherever you are. Good to see you. I was on last night, and that show will be on my YouTube channel at some point tonight. We'll have that downloaded on YouTube. My guest last night was John Enlightened One, who has contact with space people, Arcturian and also golden forms, men and women that have a golden energy about their bodies. And that was last night. Welcome. Hi, Eric here. It's raining. Raining. We there's lightning or something. I think Juan says there's lightning and it's raining. Angela, welcome. JRCH, welcome. Latch 650. Let's see here. Freedom. Everybody coming in here, welcome to the show. And as we continue in our focus to all these things that are happening, like when John was on last night, we got to see actual footage of a space being coming into the reality of his vision. And we also got to see that these space people are with him all the time. They're constantly, the spaceships are there. He's having total contact on a constant basis. And as well, there are many other people around the world, just like John and others, that are having contact with space people on various levels of consciousness. And I think that's going to increase as we go through into the summer. There's going to be more people, individuals that are starting to have contact with what we call Star Family. Hey, Bobby B, good to see you. Jeremiah, Chris Talk, welcome. And welcome. Bobby B, welcome to the show. Foots Artsy, Simple Man, welcome. Everybody coming in. Queen B77, Mystic Maven, good to see you. And yeah, definitely pure joy, Teresa, absolutely correct. So I think we're dealing in a situation now where all these things are going to vastly increase around the world. Could you imagine if everybody who's having positive contact with space people were able to, not everybody has TikTok or Facebook or YouTube, but there are people out there that are having, as I said before, physical contact with their space families. And that's an absolutely beautiful thing. Let me just take a drink of the apple cider. Hey, Annie, good to see you. Miguel. Hey, Gerard, good to see you. Blessings to everybody. So we know that, hey, Annie, that, hey, Gerard, good to see you, brother. You know that a lot of people are having encounters. Here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, this person has to go. Ooh, Jay Hemp Hill, 61. He lives on Hemp Hill, I guess, and maybe he had a little bit too much hemp. Bye-bye, Jay Hemp Hill, 61. Bye-bye. May your journey be a good one. Yes, indeed. You see, that's how we deal with it here. When we have people starting to tell us that kind of stuff, I've seen it all before. So we have to let those people go. People with bad vibes have to go. They can't be on the show, if you want to know. That's how the commander deals with, I made a commitment, no bad vibes. That's really part of the protocol. Any bad vibes in here, they are going to be out. We'll send them out into space. No bad vibes. Thank you for the roses, Jared. Thank you so much. He was beamed out, that's right. But when they do that, it's hard to teach somebody who right off the bat, Tiger Lily, comes that way. They come in a lot of different lives, and maybe, but when they're thumping like that, it's hard to take a thumper and kind of de-thump them. So I've learned the best thing to do, instead of tangled up with trying to do that, it's best to let them go and just move on, Stallion, you haven't missed anything yet. We haven't even missed anything yet, Yeah. When you get entangled with lower vibrational energies that want to argue about going to this place or that place if you don't change your way, that's only going to take the energy away from what I'm trying to do here. And we don't have time for that. Yeah, true there, Acid, true. So I think the main thing is that we are coming to a place where we're going to have some beautiful things happen. And, I was reading a story, actually. Let me just take a look at this for a minute. I was reading a story where it talked about all these beings that live beneath the earth, like the Bigfoots, which they come to the surface. But all the beings, there are people living below the earth, as we talked about, and there are people like us living above the earth. Do I know where Neham Mountain is? No, I don't. I have no idea where that is. I'd have to check that out. Neham Mountain. Let me just do one thing here, which I think the video is ready, and I want to make sure it is from last night's broadcast. Is it ready? Yes, it is. So last night's broadcast we're going to be putting on YouTube, and you're going to see it probably download in about an hour. So you'll see that download in about an hour. Now the train's going by here. The train's making its entrance. You'll notice that, oh, it's in Carmel, New York. I've been through Carmel, New York. In Carmel, New York, Putnam County is where a whole group of us went years ago to go into stone chambers. Putnam County, Carmel, that whole area. So yeah, I'm very familiar. And another train coming here. Yep, there's the other train. I think. All right. So we'll have this new show from last night on my YouTube channel, and that'll be on in probably an hour. Whoops. Probably about 1 hour this thing will be downloaded. And we'll definitely have that going. I'm just loading it up now. All right. Okay, the upload is beginning. So you'll be able to, that show should be downloaded on my TikTok, on my YouTube channel in about probably an hour on YouTube, the show from last night. So I just loaded it up on YouTube, and now it's actually uploading on my YouTube channel. Can you tell us your YouTube address? Yeah, Debbie. My YouTube channel is actually called Ashtar Command Spaceship News on YouTube. There's a link. If everyone goes to my bio, there's a link to my YouTube channel. Just press the link. Also, while you're at it, if you're not following me, press the follow button and press the like button. It's a red button. And do the Hey Johnny 444. Thank you. Hey Gabby, good to see you. So there are a lot of things happening right now. We're going through very, very quick changes in our beingness as people. Crazy Turtle, welcome. And you're going to see in those changes, your changes. I think every individual here and anybody out there that's conscious is asking questions, going through changes, what they see around them, what they see on our planet. Hey, Nine Set, good to see you. Good evening. Belinda, good evening. Hey, Tricky Dick. We're going through all these dynamics in our lives right now. And there'll still be people when people have physical documentation. Hey, AZ Lightning, thank you. Physical documentation of contact that will either be jealous, not that they're people that, well, there might be people that are jealous that other people are having contact, and why aren't they having contact? But, the way I look at it, there probably are that percentage of people in the world that don't understand why is somebody having contact and they're not. I think it all has to do with how connected you are. I think it has to do how open you are. I think it has to do how less you think about it and how you just be a part of it. I'm not jealous. I'm really happy. I know you are, Bonnie. Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy for the people that are having contact, and I think we all are. I've met some people that are jealous, but maybe jealousy is not the right word. Envious. Yeah, frequency is everything, Sandra. Absolutely correct. Frequency. So, and frequency, vibration, same things. When we up our frequency, hey, Leslie, when we up our frequency or vibration, we absolutely can start making contact and focus on our own level. And the main thing is for everyone to learn how to focus on their own level of contact with what you call your space family, your starseed family. And I've always said, everybody has a family out there. It doesn't mean that you can't connect with them. Maybe it's not the time yet. Maybe you have to do some work on that. I mean, I think we all do, right? We live in a world where sometimes you have to refocus. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you. I appreciate that. And if we focus, it makes a big difference. It's just like when we meditate or do yoga. When we thank you, AC, for that gift. I appreciate it. When we focus like we do with yoga, do you all meditate? I think people probably meditate on different times. For me, I pick my times to meditate when I have free time. I'll take the time to spend maybe an hour in meditation, and it feels good to be in that space. In this room, which is both an art room and meditation room, we use this room for that too. Plus, my other living room, I can sit there and meditate as well. It's all about clear resonance. Yeah, mind speak, absolutely true. And it's not always easy to focus on all these things because we have a world that we live in that tries to distract us from the most important thing in our life beyond, having a place to live or a shelter or whatever. To be able to just focus on the more important things in life, which is not did I go out for dinner yesterday or not, or did I get the right pizza? It's really about our interactions with each other. It's really about how we relate to each other as human beings, as a planet. And to me, relationships are important. So when we have these relationships, it allows us to build a synergy of energy that allows us to have those focuses on contact. When you have 10 people together who are interested in contact, it makes a difference. It makes a difference when you have those 10 people in the same place with you that agree with what you're trying to do. If you have 100 people that agree with you, that makes it even better. If you have 300-400 people that agree with you, that doubles, triples the conscious level of frequency. So you see where we're going is that we need to always uplift ourselves. No matter what's happening on the planet, we need to stay focused on what we're here to do, which is to get our frequency, our vibrational patterns increased higher and higher and higher. And welcome all the new people coming in here. So beyond doing interviews, these are the things that are really important to understand. When I talk about things on encounters, and when I do take time to do what I'm doing right now, it's to elevate people to realize there's nothing more important than, number one, that you're happy, that you're healthy, and that you're ready for what's to come in the future on our planet, that you're prepared for the inevitable contact that we will eventually have with space people from other planets. And these people are going to interact with us either telepathically, and we'll understand them, or they'll interact with us verbally through the spoken word, which is the way we're talking right now. See? So it's going to be a joyful experience and a beautiful experience if we so choose to make it that way. So we have choices to make. Now's the time to make those choices. Hey, Joni, good evening. Grand rising to you as well. So we have a choice to make. We have a choice to elevate ourselves to that level of frequency that will allow us to have the most beautiful contact we can possibly have. It is a little bit windy. You can hear the chimes. So when the chimes are making that beautiful sound, it's definitely a little bit windy tonight. Thomas, Navy Mama, welcome. Beautiful. Idaho is nice today. Good. Shoshan of Peace, Blade 69, welcome. Mary Ann, welcome. Lee Shadow, welcome. Barbara Ogden, hey Barbara, 0422. And welcome all the new people coming in here. Welcome to Encounters. And tonight is one of those nights where I kind of feel laid back just a little bit. I am amped up, but a little bit laid back with the weather. Iva, welcome. Regina Marie, welcome, Regina Marie, and everybody out here. If you stay a while and you're interested in the subject, we do talk about things like contact, disclosure, people that have had encounters with space people, people talking about their UFO sightings here. This is the kind of program it is on Encounters. Um, and I know there's a lot of people checking out different lives and seeing where they want to be. I completely get it. I do that too. Welcome to the show. Thank you for the heart me Sloan. Do you ever use sound frequency to get you into a meditation state? I tend to use higher dimensional music. When I turn the app on, I'll use higher dimensional music, which takes me pretty much right out. Hey, Kelly, good to see you. Ronaldo Munez, welcome. Hello. Hey, Kelly, thank you for the gift. Thank you so much. Russian bot. We have a Russian bot, or maybe there's a person in Russia calling themselves a Russian bot. Who knows? How do I know? I get it through, believe it or not, YouTube. When I'm sitting, I have the YouTube channel on, and I use what I just type in higher dimensional meditation music, or I put in space meditation music, or I put in Christ conscious ambient music, and you have plenty of different types of higher frequencies of music that you can use when you're meditating that will take you right out of your body into that level of consciousness. Yeah, so that's what I use. Great question. I know people don't ask me too much about where my music comes from, but that's the way I do it. Willie Jackson, welcome. Kelly, thank you for the gift. Looney, welcome, Looney. Yeah, on YouTube, just put in, if you type in on the search, higher vibrational, or if you put in ambient meditation music or ambient Christ conscious music, it'll pop up a bunch of videos that are all related to that level. Ronaldo says, I was in the United States Air Patrol as a branch of the Navy. I was on a blue team. We go out and retrieve crash. Oh, wait a minute. Ronaldo, we're going to bring you up. Ronaldo, come on up here. Crashed UAPs. Interesting. Hey, Ronaldo, welcome to Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show here on social media.
How you doing?
We're doing good. I'm glad to have you on the show. I want to thank you for your service as well. And so tell us, you caught my attention. Can you tell us when you were in that level and when it happened and everything?
From 85 to 89.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So tell us, when you got in there, was that something automatically that you knew about, or did you get elevated into a specific department to do that?
Now, I actually went into the Navy and, they test you to see what you're good at. And I tested pretty high. They said, you're either going to work on a nuclear reactor on a sub or you're going to be a doctor. And I said, well, I'm not going to a reactor. Give me the doctor gig.
Right,
So,
reactor. No way.
so I
So
started,
you
I started in as a doctor for about 6 weeks. And then these two guys in black came to me and said, okay, you're going here. That's when I got drafted into the USAT program. And it was all because of my experiences when I was younger. I had abduction experiences.
really?
Yep.
So so you never did you put that in your resume when you got into the
No, they know. They
they
know
knew.
who's being taken and who's not.
Really?
Oh
This is
yeah.
interesting. So you were yeah, so you went out on the oceans or the seas and you did
No, we
retrievals
went
of
we went all over the world.
all over the world.
Yep.
And let's start from scratch. So when you got did you were you excited that you were going to be in this position?
I had no idea what the position was.
Yeah. So tell us how it started. And it sounds like when they said you've been selected to do this, did that give you a sense of did they give you like a security clearance to get to do this?
Yeah, I had an Ultra 12 security clearance.
What can you explain to my audience what an Ultra 12 security clearance is?
There's like 36 levels above top secret, and Ultra 12 is about 6 from the top.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
The top being
So
cosmic.
yeah, I gotcha. So tell us some of the stories. This is going to be very interesting tonight. Tell us some of the stuff that's been going on that the public doesn't know about. And this is where you are a part of what we do here is disclosure. We've had people with top security clearance on my show in the last 3 years that have come forward on here. So I appreciate you being here.
Well, people don't know about the fleet that we have out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have a fleet of ships. We've been out past our solar system since the 40s. Do you remember a while back they had that cash for cars? Just to get the
Cash for
metal.
cars.
Yeah, just to get the metal. The government was buying people's cars.
I think so. I think I do remember that.
Yeah, where do you think all that metal went to?
Went to the space program?
Well, yeah, the secret space program. They were building ships. They infused it with a different type of metal that they have.
And this is really getting interesting. So
One of the ships that we have is called the Nautilus, of all things.
one of the spaceships is called a Nautilus.
Yep.
And can you describe what these ships look like versus the little pencil-shaped NASA rockets that go into space and the space station? These are obviously very different, correct?
Yeah, they're pretty much like cigar-shaped. All those cigar-shaped ships that you see in the sky, that's us.
Really?
Yep.
So we have cigar-shaped craft that I've noticed people record during the day. Those are our government's craft?
Yeah, we also have the TR-3Bs and a bunch of other triangular ships.
And let's talk about this. So have you been privy to being taken on one of those ships that went through our solar system? How far out have we gone based on your level of clearance in terms of beyond Earth on these? Who controls that? Is that the DoD or is that the Air Force? Who's controlling it?
The secret space program?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's above my pay grade.
Okay. Okay. But beyond the pay grade, have you been privy to? I mean, you know that we're doing this. Obviously, you know the information that you're sharing about this. So, I guess my question is: have you ever been selected?
I got to ride on one.
So, tell us about that. You rode on one of these spaceships that was used that can go off planet.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that.
The farthest we went though was just low Earth orbit.
Lower Earth orbit, okay.
Yeah, and we landed in Antarctica. And
you say Antarctica? Uh-oh. Are you still with me? Ronaldo, are you still there? Ronaldo, are you still there? Are you back?
I'm back.
Yeah,
my alarm was going off on my phone.
Okay, I gotcha. So you went to Antarctica. This is interesting. And you went on one of these ships?
Yes.
Tell us about Antarctica. What do you know? We see a lot of AI created stuff on TikTok. They're well created, but what do you know about Antarctica? And
we didn't go anywhere special. We just landed out in the snow and the mountains and there's a clearing where we landed, and that was about it. That's all I saw of Antarctica.
Right. Did anybody talk about like warm areas of Antarctica where there are advanced civilizations living in Antarctica?
No, but I know about them.
Tell us what you know about them from your perspective.
Well, there's a whole other civilization living out there.
And have they been here? And again, I probably don't know the answer, but I want to hear it from you, who really was there. The civilization that lives in Antarctica, can you tell us a little bit about them?
My own theory is I believe they're the ones that came from Mars, because Mars used to be habitable. Mars used to be Earth-like, and they pretty much destroyed themselves with nuclear weapons. That's why there's xenon 129 in the atmosphere, or not in the atmosphere, but in the sand and stuff.
Yeah,
it's higher than Earth has by 3 times.
Yeah.
So I believe these are the ones that made it from Mars to here, that made it out of there before they destroyed themselves.
The Martians, because Mars right now is a planet that right now has an atmosphere. Things have switched around from. You're right. They had a problem eons ago, and it looks like there are people, the Martians that are living within Mars. about 10 to 15 million inhabitants right now. But the Martians that came here, when they came here from that time period, built a city. They built their civilization in the Antarctica area. Why do you think this is all? I know you can't tell me exactly why, but I'd like to get your opinion. Why do you think they chose Antarctica as opposed to what we call Africa or Greenland
Well,
or what have you?
Antarctica used to be lush and green and everything a while back, and then we had the shift, the
Yeah,
planetary shift, and I don't think it was cold and snowy back when they came there.
yeah. So did they adjust to the polar shift at the time?
Oh yeah,
It
they have the
went from a
technology to do it. Yeah,
Yes, because there are people that are claiming that there are areas of Antarctica where the space people live that came from other places
right. And
that
there's
are very,
most pyramids are there in Antarctica.
yeah. Are those pyramids, some of them active or being used by the space people?
I believe so.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I think that's true.
I believe that's why no nations will allow anybody there. You have to actually be invited there.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? So you think, I mean, I'm interested in your opinion. You think, and I already think this, that all these big nations that are in Antarctica, they know about these space cities that are there and the space people that are living there way
Of
before
course,
they got to
they've already made
Antarctica. Yeah,
contact.
yeah. So they have relationships. Our governments of the world there, the scientists and everybody, they have a relationship or a working relationship with these space people.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the UAPs and UFOs that people are
Hmm.
seeing are from there, but not all
Yeah,
of them.
yeah, I agree. They're definitely, and also we have the inner Earth civilizations beneath our planet, like the Garther network, which has been around eons of time. The subterranean cities within the Earth that are very advanced. So we've got that going, and then of course what you're talking about, Antarctica, where you went there, um, how those civilizations are living there, and they're very advanced. And you're right. Sometimes when we see their spaceships flying around the planet, it's coming from Antarctica. Not to mention that there definitely are ships coming from beyond Earth, but there
Yeah, they
are
actually have
ships that,
like billions of years of evolution and technology on us
yeah,
because we've had to restart God knows
hmm,
how many times now. There's been
yeah,
civilizations on this planet that have come and gone.
yeah, absolutely true. I mean, we're billions of years old, so you would have to have civilization that came and gone, and some civilizations were far more advanced than previous ones. And then it's like a almost uh, like a roller coaster. We went up into a high frequency as advanced civilization, and then for whatever reason we go back down again. Now we're going back up again. What do you see happening? With us right now. It seems like there's a lot of talk about direct contact happening pretty soon on our planet. I mean, big contact. Do you think that will include I mean, I know it will, in my perspective. I want to get your perspective and your background. Do you sense that we are getting ready to have the space people that live in the Earth make contact with the surface world, and the people coming from outer space are coming here too? Do you have any feeling about that?
I think 2030 is going to be a big year for us.
2030.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
2030 is when actual contact and everything's going to be made known to us, and we'll be, how do you say, evolved enough to accept everything.
Mm-hmm. And someone's
That's
asking,
actually a focal point of the different timelines. Also, we're either going to go into
yeah,
a good one or a bad one.
yeah. What do you think about some of the people stating, who I've talked to with top security clearance, said, well, I had one woman, she is not on here anymore, but she's alive and well. She went into another high level of cosmic top secret, and she had told me that this is when I first got on here 3 years ago. I was asking people what they thought. Some people seem to think that in 2026 there's going to be something major happening where there will be contact that year.
Eh,
Do you think that's
not like 2030.
okay? So 2030, you think that's going to be the explosive contact
It's going to be
where
big time.
everything,
Yep,
it's going to be big time.
exactly.
And are there others that you know friends of yours in top security clearance that also concur with that? That 2030 is going to be the big year.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, we're actually going to discover, how do you say, our psychic connections that everybody has,
Uh-huh.
and nothing will be secret anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to know everything.
Mhm. And I always like to ask people that were in the military of some level, do you think that there's a real inner fight going on in the Department of Defense
Oh,
on the
yeah.
levels that, like, do you think it's the older generation that doesn't want this disclosed versus the younger members of
Yep.
the DoD?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's definitely an age, it's a totally, definitely an age thing.
Well, they're worried about if people find out that, if that all these years that we didn't have to have oil and gas and all that stuff, that they've been tricked or deceived.
Right.
They're afraid of repercussions.
Hmm.
That's why they keep the
So,
lie going.
yeah. So, they want to keep the lie going, which has been going on for over 70 years, but
That's how
now
they
they're
make their
having trouble.
money.
Yeah, but with shows like mine, we're going after the lie. We've been doing that for a lot of years on my radio show, and now with this big show we have here, we don't care. We will bring people up like yourself that were at some level of clearance, and you say, now tell us about the retrieval program, because you mentioned that in your comment. Can you tell us about the retrieval program in which there was retrieval of these craft? And were these crafts shot down, or were they just that they crashed? What can you tell us a little bit about that?
We brought them down. We used radar to bring them down.
Radar,
Yep. Our radar systems would make their systems go crazy. So
really?
they would just point the radars at them and pump the juice and bring them down.
Wow. And why did we do that? I mean, I'm very curious. Why were we being, I would say, antagonistic or
Again, we
aggressive
wanted the
towards?
advanced technology.
Yeah. And when we brought the crafts down, were there space people in those craft that we
Oh
brought
yeah,
down?
I mean, Area 51 and Area 52 are more or less like alien prisons.
Really? And
Yep.
are there different types of extraterrestrials in those prisons? Are there human type ones versus non-human?
Yes.
They are.
Yep.
Uh-huh. And did we interrogate the different beings that we shot down their spaceships?
Always.
Always. And why? And I'm going to ask this question because it's just I got to ask it. Why? I mean, I kind of know the answer, but why are we imprisoning people from other planetary systems on our planet? That's not a
Well,
really good
they're
way.
not people and they don't have rights, not like human
Yeah,
beings.
yeah. They're not people and they don't have rights. Hmm. No, I understand that, and that's not you're not saying you don't believe that. You're just saying this is what they do.
Yeah, this is what they do.
This is what they do. They don't have rights. Obviously, and even people on the surface world like us, we have a constitution,
I
but
mean,
it seems like we don't have a
aliens,
constitution.
they know to steer away from Area 51 and Area 52.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
know
yeah,
what those places are. They know that they get killed in those places.
yeah. So, how many different species of ETs are being imprisoned right now? Do you have any idea?
52.
52 different species of extraterrestrials are being imprisoned at places like Area 51.
Area 51 and Area 52.
Area 51 and 52, everybody get this.
Dugway proven.
Fif-
Go ahead.
yeah, yep, three different areas. 52 different species of extraterrestrials, you heard it right on here on my show, are being captivity, are imprisoned by the directive of the Department of Defense. Are they the ones involved in that?
Yeah, this is why Trump made the Space Force.
Explain that. Why did he make the Space Force?
Because we've pissed off a lot of different beings.
Because we imprisoned them and we shot their ships down.
Yep.
It just goes to show, but do they realize that there are good people on this planet and that we're not the ones here? Let's
Oh
say,
yeah, definitely.
They do know the difference.
Yes, they do. That's why we haven't been overrun yet.
Yeah. I work with a group of space beings, and I know you kind of knew this show. I work with a group of space people that are known as Ashtar Command. They are real. They represent the highest levels of positivity. When I say that, they're very advanced. Their ships cannot be uh, taken down by any radar. They're just way far out there in advancement. And I am a telepathic communicator. I don't read a lot of books. I have contact ebooks from the outer print, but I know a lot of things. And one of the things I do know is that they've been here for billions of years. They've been very careful, but they're one of the main groups that represent a lot of the positive ETs that
Yeah.
are getting ready for what you call direct contact. Have you ever
Yeah.
heard of the Ashtar Command or not?
I've heard of them, but
Okay.
one of the Greys that I got to work with, his name was J-Rod.
You worked with the one that's on recording on the video that we see on the internet, J
Yep.
Rod.
Yeah, J-Rod.
You actually were in the room with the one that has been recorded called J Rod.
Yes.
Tell me about that. That's really amazing.
Um, there's a good part of the government and a bad part of the government, I guess you could say. Uh, the way I'm going to say I got used
Yeah.
was they could not. The treaty stated that they could not just give us how do you say their technology.
Right.
So what they would do is they would put it in my head, and then I would build the damn thing, and that's how they skirted around the treaty.
Huh.
And as I said, I got used doing that, so I wasn't too happy with
Yeah.
that's
So,
one of the reasons I'm on here talking.
well, I'm glad you're. This is what you know. This is what on my show's about. I've always dealt with people who have top security clearance on some level, like yourself. They feel comfortable coming on my show, and I welcome it because my show is a place for people that were in the military who have that experience and went through these things. By the way, this show is being recorded. It'll be on my YouTube channel, so if
Yeah,
anyone misses
once
anything,
they had the whistleblower thing, where people could come out and talk, I
yeah.
wasn't so scared anymore. But yeah,
Oh, good, good, good. Now, J Rod, J Rod's at Area 51. He's in prison there, correct?
yes, he was
Okay. He was. Where is he now?
dead.
When did that happen?
Oh, about 89.
89.
Yeah.
And can you tell us how this extraterrestrial called J Rod, how he died?
He was on I don't know if you saw the video where they were trying to interrogate him,
Yeah,
and he was like close to death.
yeah.
Yeah.
And how did he get to being close to death? Was it being confined to the environment in prison in the Area 51? Was he tortured?
That and different chemicals that they pumped into him.
Really?
Yep.
So they pumped chemicals into J Rod, and they did other types of torture to get information out of him. Correct?
Well, they tried to get information out of him.
He wouldn't give it. Yeah,
No, he did it, but
he did.
not as much as they wanted.
Yeah. Wow.
They had to force
And
it.
yeah. Go ahead.
They had to force it out of him,
They had to force it out of him.
which really upset me. But
Yeah.
because we had built up some kind of a relationship,
Yeah. Yeah.
I really enjoyed working with him.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't like the stuff that we did, but
Yeah.
working with them, it's they just think, and you know what they're thinking, and he put all this stuff in my head, so I
And
still
if J Rod was healthy, um, do you know what star system he came from?
Aldebaran.
Can you tell us what that Aldebaran is, where that's located?
Let's see. It's like 4 light years away.
4 light years. Okay. This is stuff that nobody knows about. What you're telling us now is incredible. Nobody knows what happened to him. You're telling us exactly what the government did to him at Area 51, which essentially they tortured. I've seen the videos of him. So they tortured J Rod and they put chemicals in his body, which basically slowly killed him.
Yeah, they would put a lot of sodium pentothal in him.
Sodium pentothal. And what's sodium pentothal? Can you describe what that is?
Truth serum.
Truth serum. Okay.
Truth
So
serum.
it puts sodium pentothal, which is truth serum.
Yeah, they thought the
Uh,
same thing that they could do to people, they could do to him, and it didn't work.
really? No. So he died in '89, correct?
Yes. No. Yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Now, are there other space beings that are imprisoned at Area 51 that they're now doing the same thing to from other planets?
Yep.
They are. So they're using the truth serum with other types of space people to get information out of them, and they're doing it continuously. So they're doing it with a lot of them, or only specific ones they choose.
They're doing with a lot of them.
A lot of them.
They don't have a sense of value for their lives, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
They don't.
You mean
Well, since they're not human, they don't put much
yeah,
value.
they don't have it. They don't value their lives.
No.
That's interesting,
If
but they don't.
people only knew what was going on there.
But I mean, so they get in prison, which I don't think they want to be. Then they get tortured by people at Area 51 to get truth out of them. Um, do they have a
They're like
yeah? Do they have a
They're like prisoners of war, only there's no war.
yeah? Do they have a spiritual consciousness?
I think so.
Yeah. Tell us about that. Tell us about their because you were working with them. Tell us about their spiritual consciousness, the ones that are in prison.
J-Rod always wanted to know who is this God and what is the God about and the whole bit because they didn't know anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah, they were separated from that emotional connection, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't have like, we had Jesus. They didn't have anything like that.
Really?
Yep.
Were they ever once like us? Were they once human like us, and then they just did something to? No, they weren't ever human.
Nope.
Okay. Interesting.
No, a lot of people think they're from the future. No, that's not true.
Okay.
So if they're from the future, why would they come in ships? Why don't they just time travel?
They come in ships just like any other space being, right? The different space beings can go through
right, but if they're from
wormholes.
the future, why didn't they just time travel?
Right, they don't do that. They come through ships. So their planetary system is 4 light years away from Earth, correct?
Yes.
So there are still people on their planets that are alive and are not captured and not imprisoned.
Yes.
I would assume the people on their planet are aware that some of their people from their civilization are now in prison at Area 51 and 52.
I'm sorry.
Are they able to communicate with their home planet even though they're in prison? Can they communicate telepathically?
No, they don't reach
They can't do that. Okay.
No.
Wow.
Theta Reticuli is another place that has beings on it. Do you remember? God, what was it called? Operation. Oh crap! I can't remember the name of it.
There's a couple of things I know.
Anyway, it was where 12 of our people went to their planet, and 12 of their stayed here.
I
each
remember
learned
that.
from the other, and us to learn about their technology and stuff. 2 of the scientists died. The rest have come back. With the technology.
What was their planet like? Is it similar to looking like Earth, or is it different?
You're asking the wrong person. I wasn't one of the ones.
One of the one there, yeah. Now I know you probably have contact. I always, when I make friends with people like yourself, who've had, at some level, and we've become permanent friends for life on my show because now people trust me, and you can. If you know other people that have higher security clearance that you've befriended, let them know that this is the place where they can come forward, and I'll let them speak the truth. Since now the government says they're about disclosure, they have nothing to be afraid of on my show, and I'll put them on here. And we'll definitely have them on here for sure.
I'm surprised Bob hasn't come on your show.
Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Oh, I've met him.
Yeah, he's been on a lot of shows. He's been on so many shows. His story's been all over the place. I do understand his story, but I know there's even deeper stories beyond what he does. And what you're telling us, I believe, is a really important story that's being told here for the first time on this public forum and on encounters. And I do think it's an honor to have someone like yourself who is not afraid to speak the truth. We're learning more about J Rod than I've ever heard in the videos. That the only thing I saw in the videos is he was in a dark room and they were really going at it with him, trying to interrogate him. And I thought that was terrible.
Yeah,
I really
I
do.
didn't like
I
it
mean, I
either.
do care about whether they're from another planet or not. I care about all life, and
Right.
no one should be able to imprison anybody from another planet. It just goes against everything I believe in.
Yep.
You know.
I'm right there with
Hey,
you.
hey Ronaldo, you've been a great guest, man. Is there anything else you want to share with us about retrievals of the were the retrievals in the oceans primarily, or seas, or on land, or what was it mostly?
Land.
Land.
Yeah.
Okay. And when these spaceships were taken down by radar frequency, what states were they taken down in? Can you name some of the states?
Mexico was one of them. I remember the Mexico one.
Hmm.
Let's see what else. Tennessee. Uh, there's a lot of them in New Mexico.
Hmm. Any in New England or anything? Or New England was not one of those places?
New England.
Like Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, Massachusetts, Maine.
We never did any there.
Okay. Well, that's good news, I guess. Not that it's good that they were taken down, but you know, was there any? This is interesting. When the powers that be were trying to take these ships down with radar, was there any other groups of spaceships that tried to stop it?
No.
Like no interference from any other more advanced groups?
No.
Okay, okay. Ronaldo, I appreciate you, man. This is great. This is real information. I thank you. And how did you find my show? Just happen to pop in, or
I was
how
just
did,
thumbing through.
yeah,
And I just
that's the way.
saw your picture and saw the thing, and I just was curious about it. So
Well, you know what? Now we're friends. Now we're going to be good friends. And if you have other people that you talk to, and you've liked being on here, and I gave you the floor to share and disclose stuff, please let those people know if they have top security clearance and they're friends with yours. Tell them to get on TikTok, and we'll get them on here, and we'll definitely
well,
we want to get as many.
Deborah Hare is a friend of mine. You remember her? She's the one that worked at NASA. That she would all the pictures of the moon and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They would airbrush the UFOs out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Can you
yeah,
get her to come on here one night?
possibly.
So why don't we DM me, and let's work that out. We'll put her on here, Deborah Hare. We'll have her on the show.
Yeah,
I'm happy to do it. Anything to disclose the truth is the important thing.
yeah. Let me see if I can
All
get
right.
on.
Hey, Ronaldo, man, thank you so much. And again, I honor you for your service. My dad was in the Air Force in Papua New Guinea in World War II. So I thank you for being on here.
Yeah, I mean, there's. I still get classified briefings sometimes.
Oh, you
You
do?
know. Yeah,
If you get any classified briefings that you think we should know about, and I see you in here, just say, I've got classified briefings. I need to come on the air, and I'll bring you on the show. We're on at 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock on the 8 o'clock on the
As a
West
matter of
Coast.
fact, there is one that I'm really worried about, and that's the future. And this is like I said, we're either going to go into this good timeline or a bad timeline. If we go into the bad
Mhm.
one, they're going to wipe everybody's memories, and nobody's going to know that what was what, and they're going to think
Yeah.
that they're going to be forced to work, and they're going to think that that was normal, that they always did that.
So who now? Can you tell us about that was a classified debriefing that you
Yes,
had recently?
yes.
And were you in a room with a lot of top level officials
No, we just get them. They send it to us to read.
to read? Okay. And who sends it to you? The Department of Defense?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about that for a minute. So they're telling you. that there's going to be this event happening where we can either go one way or the other, correct?
Yes, it's a focal point in the timelines,
Hmm.
and they're
So
steering
who's?
us. They're steering us to the bad one because they want to be in control of us. They
Oh, okay.
they want us as workers.
When you say they want us as workers, is that people in the DoD working with the negative ETs, or
I'm
is
talking
that what
about
is that?
the elites.
Oh, the elites. Okay, we're talking about the elites
I
on our
guess most people
planet,
call them the Illuminati.
the Illuminati. Okay, so the elites on our planet want to prevent us having the good timeline, which is intergalactic communications with the
Exactly.
space people. I
Exactly.
gotcha. I
Yep.
gotcha. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. There's too many people that are waking up here,
Exactly. And
and
that's what they're scared
if
of.
well, they should be scared. They should be scared.
If they get their way, like I said, they're going to use HARP to wipe everybody's memories.
Yeah, no, it's that, and they won't be able to do that anyway because number one, the people that I work with, the Ashtar Command people, they can shut down everything, including HARP, in 2 seconds. That's how advanced they are. These people don't know what they're dealing with. These elites, the Ashtar Command, which represents all the higher beings of light, they can shut down every nuclear power plant, every nuclear bomb facility, every silo in 2 seconds.
Well, they're going to use Project Bluebeam.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
They're going to use people's
So.
religion against them.
Mhm. Do you think I've always made jokes about Project Blue Beam, Ronaldo. I call it Project Green Beam. So essentially, what I'm saying is that they have these scare tactics they're going to put on the social media to try to scare people that there's going to be this blue beam. And I tell people, have you ever seen a blue beam at all? And it's just basically, like you say, a scare tactic. The DoD is involved with that whole scare tactic, and they'll probably try to use some of the major media corporations like CNN and all these people to throw that out there. But I think people are too smart to be
Yeah,
scared.
people don't trust the media anymore.
No, they don't. Nobody should.
Uh, there was how do you say, two different timelines also that happened. You remember when Trump almost got shot? And he actually, in one of the timelines, he actually did get shot and
Yeah.
killed, but he was saved by some of the. I'm trying to remember which aliens it was. I think it was the Graves.
Oh, they saved him?
Yes,
How did that happen?
they redirected the bullet where it just snipped his ear.
So now on the video, obviously there was no, you didn't see any beings like that there. How did they do that?
You got me.
And who gave you that information?
It was in one of the briefings.
In the briefings from the
Yeah.
Department of Defense.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting. So obviously, it seems like they wanted him a lot. They wanted him to be
It was
alive
a
in this
close
current.
one because if we had gone into the timeline where he was killed, that would have
Yeah.
been a really bad timeline.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Um, a lot to ponder here. You've been a very excellent guest. I'm just like listening to you and pondering my thoughts here, and that's where my questions come from. So, well, you live in an interesting time period. It's not like they can keep this going on for another 70 years.
Yeah.
I think people have had it.
Did you see the White House briefing that they came out with where they said they have the technology now to control time and space?
Yes, I did see that.
And then they showed the Malaysian flight where they transported it to a military base.
Well, let me explain something. I don't agree with that scenario. I have information that particular flight, and I remember the week it happened. I was doing a radio show on NPR radio in Connecticut. I
Hmm.
had a person on YouTube that had the tracking radar that showed three icons. Like if you look at the flight tracker radar back then, I think they in 24 hours took the original recording off, so you didn't see it. But there were three objects that switched from being a jet to a flying saucer golden circular object. What happened was, and this is where I disagree with the cover up, is that jet flight, Malaysian Freight 370, my information is that it was taken off planet by intergalactic space people that were very high spiritually, very, very advanced, and it was taken out of our planet through a galactic portal, and that those people are still alive. The aircraft never landed somewhere, and no military has the aircraft, even if they say they do. That's another perpetuated lie, because I've been involved in that silently, looking at that for from the week it happened. So they're not being, these people are not somewhere on Earth. They were taken off planet, not by the military sending them somewhere. They were taken by intergalactic space people, unrelated to the military, to another place.
I don't know
And
about
that's where I'm
that.
coming from. I spent many years on this, so I can tell you that's why they never crashed anywhere. They were taken into a big mothership, and it wasn't our government. It was unrelated. These were the good people that took them, and our government didn't have anything to do with it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's where I disagree with the information on that. I think that is a cover up, and my information, I feel, is very direct. Everything else I can concur with, but the thing about Malaysian Flight 370, I'll be consistently saying this every day, every night, for years, is that they were taken off planet by positive space beings.
Well, I saw a video of them actually transport the plane to a military base, and what happened is there was like 9 Chinese spies on there that had technology from the U.S. that they didn't want to let them have, so they had to
Yeah,
take that plane down.
yeah. I have different. I'm not questioning. Why I'm questioning, I really appreciate that, but that's the only thing I think we're going to kind of disagree on from the information I got telepathically. Um, yeah, I just don't think that's true. I know what you're saying. I honor what you're saying, but I believe that they're giving information to people on your level, and this is what they want you to believe is the truth. Now, when the Australian government, and I remember the Australian government, every time the Australian government went out there searching for Malaysian Freight 370, they would find a piece of an air jet or a commercial air flight, and then they'd say, "Well, I think we have it," and so everyone's trying to come up with something to say they have the thing, when in fact everything is a cover up. On that level, it's such a cover up to the point where the DoD is covering it up with a created information that they want everybody, including those within the DoD, to believe that. And I question everything. That's just what I do. It's a good thing to question everything, don't you think?
Well, I saw back in the 80s, there was it was on CNN. They came out with these 2 Swedish scientists that came up with the actual transporter where they could transport inorganic materials. And they said it was going to change the whole face of FedEx and UPS and everything
Oh,
in the
interesting.
world. And then all of a sudden, you didn't hear nothing of it. It was
Right. Yeah, they
confiscated.
probably got quieted,
It was
so to
it was
speak.
confiscated.
Yeah.
They were
So
afraid that
isn't that funny, Ronaldo, how that happens?
yeah, they were afraid
And
that
when
people would misuse the technology.
yeah, it's
So
crazy. It's amazing how the people, the elites in power, don't trust the people on this planet to do anything.
I can only imagine by now that they've been able to transport inorganic or organic materials rather.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's possibly true. Man, you've been a great guest. This has been a great show. I thank you so much, man. You've been great.
No problem.
Uh, I thank you, Ronaldo, now a new friend of the show. And come on whenever you want if you have information. I'll put you right up on here and we can disclose it.
Appreciate that.
And try to get that woman that you're talking about with the taking the photos and taking stuff out of the photos from NASA. I'd
Right.
love to have her on here too. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, man. Keep in touch. Direct message me when you have that together, and
What's your
we'll
name?
talk. My name is CmdrAleon. That's the name of my name. And my background is I'm a contactee. So when I was a kid in Long Island for a time, I live in New England here in Connecticut, but I had the experience of going upstairs into my brother's room. It was nighttime, opening the shades. There was a flying saucer hovering in the cul-de-sac in a suburban neighborhood, and I saw men and women and young adults with blue and golden striped spacesuits, and they were telepathic, and that was my beginning journey of having some knowledge that there's something going on here. And they told me I wasn't from here. They said, "Yes, you are human, but you came from another planet." And as I got older, I became awakened to the fact that I had a Earth-based family, but I know now that I didn't come from here. So I am basically, if you heard the word starseed, I consider myself in that definition a starseed, meaning, yeah, I'm human. I work, I do everything. I have a family, but I know now that I do come from somewhere else.
Hmm.
Have you ever heard the word starseed?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, then I
I've been
feel
accused of
comfortable
being
saying
that
it.
for so many times.
You've been accused of that yourself?
Yeah, my thing started when I was 9, and every
Yeah.
4 years after that, every 4 years, like clockwork, it was like a cattle roundup. They
Yeah.
just bring you in there and do a physical checkup on you, make sure everything's going okay with you. I mean, they would, for me, it was good experiences because they would roll out
Yeah.
the red carpet for me. So I
Yeah. Yeah.
most people are scared of that, but I was never
Yeah.
scared of being
Well,
taken or anything.
yeah, because you did say you were abducted, and so
Every 4 years
let's
of my life.
so let me talk about that. We didn't touch on that for a minute. So when you were abducted, what year did it start happening? Your abductions?
Oh, when I was 9 years old.
9 years old,
That was the
and
70s.
did your parents know you were being abducted?
Oh yeah, my parents
They
and
did.
friends were always around me when stuff would happen.
Really?
Yep, I was lucky that way. Otherwise I would think I was going crazy or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
So you had people that knew. When
oh
you were
yeah,
taken, how did they do it? Did they come down into your house? What did they look like?
the first time. Sorry, the first time I had this urge to go out somewhere. I didn't know where it was at, but I just
Yeah.
had an urge to go out somewhere.
Hmm.
And one night I was driving, and something was just calling me out to this place. And I drove out there, and sure enough, it happened.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this until way later, but a lot of people in my small town where I lived, they were all taken there, same place.
Wait a minute.
So it was
So people.
it was a contact area, I guess you could say.
So you're saying people in your town were taken to this place, and they
Yeah,
were all
I found
taken?
out once I came out with my story, a lot of other people came out and would contact my parents and let them know that they were taken also. And it was always to the
What?
same place.
Can you tell us what town it was? How many people in your town were they all abducted at the same time?
No,
They
different
weren't.
times.
But there was a lot of people in your town at different times, different
Yes.
days or nights that were being taken and being abducted.
Yep.
What town was this? Can you mention it?
3 Rivers, Texas.
Three Rivers, Texas. And in Three Rivers, Texas, are there still people being abducted?
From what I understand, my
Really?
my own nephew was,
Uh-oh. Ronaldo, you still there?
gave me a call one night to have me explain to him why is his son being taken like that. What do they want with him? What's going on?
Yeah.
Scared the crap out of him.
Yeah.
So, but I tried to make him understand that it happens it has to do with bloodlines.
With bloodlines.
Usually,
So that
usually. Go ahead.
why are they so concerned and taking people and abducting them based on the bloodlines? Can you tell us
They're
that?
looking for something. They're looking for something.
Do you know what they're looking? If you don't know, that's all right. Do you know what they're looking for?
Uh, I have a theory about it, but that's all I have.
Okay. Now, I understand that, and a lot of what I've understood from I've also helped people that have been abducted, um, where we've done implant removals. I've been able. You're going to find out that there's things I'm able to do, um, and I've removed implants from people on my show here. But it seems like
Yeah,
the people the
I've got 3 of them. I've got 3
yep
right on my spine, and the doctors don't know what they are. And they told me if they tried to remove him, it would paralyze me. So they said, if we're not bothering you,
Really?
then don't mess with it.
Don't mess with it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
So
I know
put it
the
on
doctors would.
MRI.
I could actually remove those implants, but now you said that I don't want to do something that's going to end up causing a problem.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll leave it alone. I could take the implants out remotely from my location.
They wanted them to stay. They knew what they were doing.
They want
They
the
wanted them to
implants to
stay.
stay in
They
your body.
did it. Yeah, they did it where they're going to stay. They don't want.
Yeah.
Sorry, they don't want.
They put the
I guess you
implants.
could say.
Oh, what? They put the implants in certain areas that if they tried to take them out, it would paralyze you.
Yes, because it's right on my
Really?
spine.
Right on your spine.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I
I've
love to
got an
remove them, but I
MRI.
don't want to do anything now. Say
Yeah, I've
again?
got MRI of where they're at.
Hmm. Does the implants affect you in any
It's pretty
way when you're
interesting.
in your? How do you go day to day with the implants?
They're just there.
Yeah, I mean, do you feel like do you have good days with them, or does it affect your consciousness or anything physically?
Not that I can remember. I know that
Okay.
it's the way that they find me. They wanted to make sure that
Mhm.
they could find me at any time.
All right. So do they? So they still do find you if they want to. These beings want to contact you. They just know where you are. Correct?
Exactly.
Okay. Um, I have to ponder this thought here. I have to meditate on this. You know, the doctors say that if they remove the implant, you'd be paralyzed.
Yes.
And why do they say that?
Because they're right on my spine.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to have to meditate on this. I think there's a way of removing the implants that will not affect your spinal column, but I want to think about this.
Yeah. I don't know. The
See, I
doctors
want to tell you something.
say,
I'm able to remove implants. I've removed over 100 implants since last year. I work with a group of space people. I've had this ability probably most of my life, but I didn't know until last year I had the ability. So I use the palm of my hands and I start scanning people's heads and I work my way down their body. I've taken implants out of spinal areas of a human body on my show before without any negative consequences. So I want to meditate on this, but I think I can remove those implants and you won't have any problems. But I want to really think on it. And if you're willing to let me do this one night, I'd like to see if I can gently remove them and I'll heal that area up and take the implants out. But I have to think about this. This is a big difference than other things because now we have a story with the doctor saying if the implants are taken out, you're going to be paralyzed. So, but I don't believe the doctors are always right either. Daisy Dog is right. The doctors don't know what I know because they're working with earth-based medicine. I'm dealing with a ability from my palm of my hands where I've actually had people that are on my show, some of them here, who I've removed implants, and it's night and day. But yours is a different situation. So I'm really being somewhat hesitant about it. I have to think this over. But again, it's up to you, and I honor what you decide to do. I don't want to do anything that's going to do something differently than will not have a good outcome. You know what I mean?
yeah. Is there any way that you can send me a text or something so I can send you the
Yeah,
video?
yeah. I can direct message you on TikTok here.
Okay.
I can definitely do that. And
Yeah.
one last question. Someone Gilly's asking about wanting me to ask a question about the bloodlines. Some people are asking about that. Can you talk about the blood? I can't even speak English anymore. Can you talk about the bloodlines?
Yeah. From what I understand, the bloodlines are real important. They're actually looking for, I guess you could say, the bloodlines of Jesus.
Okay,
Because there's something in
really?
the blood. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
So these beings want something from the bloodlines of Jesus in the human body, and why?
Well, because
And we
there's
don't.
something special in the blood there.
Yeah. So they want to take some of that DNA or blood from the bloodline if they can find it. And we don't. Would you think the purpose is they want to try to integrate it into their physical being?
I guess that's what they're
Yeah.
after, though.
Yeah, interesting, right? All right, man. I want to thank you, man, for being here. Ronaldo, you've been an excellent guest. Consider you a friend of the show, and I'm glad you're here. Again, people coming on here, we're on at 11 o'clock at night. Once in a while, I take a night off just to regenerate, because this is a lot of stuff. But yeah, thanks for being on here, man. I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to direct message you after my show, and then you can send me the video, okay? I'll give you my email address, too.
All right.
All right, take care. All right, folks, that was Ronaldo.
Okay.
And he worked with the Navy. He worked with the UAP program, where they actually used radar to shoot down these spacecraft. And there's about 52 different species that are being imprisoned, which I didn't even know about. 52 species of extraterrestrial intelligence that are imprisoned at Area 51 and 52. And I think he mentioned one other area in the United States where they're imprisoned. So, it's amazing, right? It's amazing. Our disregard for other beings' lives, a disregard for other space people's lives. And they have all kinds of species, evidently, 52 different species. Some of them are human, like us. Some of them are not human, like us. But regardless of who they are or where they're from, we do not have the right to imprison 52 different species of space beings from other planets. It's just not right. Our behavior, even our behavior, folks, with each other, not to mention imprisoning space people, our behavior on the surface world, just with each other, is ridiculous. We create wars, we create nuclear weapons and destroy people on our own planet, and it doesn't mean all of us do that, but there are people that have so much power and so much wealth and so much money, they know about these things, and they don't care. They are non-caring human beings. It really is cruel. And the fact of the matter is, he actually communicated with J-Rod. If you've ever seen the video of J-Rod, the black and white footage on YouTube, J-Rod really was a being that died in 1989, he said. They interrogated him. They tortured him. They used truth serum on this being. And it's not just him. They're doing it more. They're doing with other space beings that they have in prison. They're trying to get information out of these beings, and they're using torture and truth serum. I mean, come on now. This information you heard here tonight is very important. Like I said, my show, regardless of what happens, for 3 years now, I've had many different people with top security level clearance on some level, and I know he'll reach some people out who will hear about the show that are in the government that will come forward on my show, and this will be exclusive stuff. This will be things. What he did now, he came forward because of the whistleblower agreements. He wasn't afraid to come forward. If he came forward on my show, just by chance, he happened to come in here. The synergy of energy in our show is so important, how we bring people here together. And also, we're at almost 74,000. We need to get to 100,000. Please, if you're not following us, press that little red button on TikTok and follow us. If you're not liking us, press that like button as well. Press both. Yeah. And I will say this, that our government will never be able to take down an Ashtar Command spaceship, ever. If they tried to use their radar technology to take down an Ashtar Command ship, the Ashtar Command ship can neutralize their radar in 2 seconds. Can neutralize their radar. Do you understand what I'm saying? The radar would be completely neutralized. Take the Leap says, how did they know which serum would work? That's a great question. Well, if we have Ronaldo on again, we'll have to ask it, you know? Hey, Matt Noble, good to see you, brother. It's really stories like this that come forward. You're never going to hear it on CNN News. You're not going to hear it on CBS News or ABC Good Morning America. You heard this interview here because this is what we do here. People find us, people that have been in the Navy, some level of the military who have information. And that's what we're about, disclosure, busting the matrix, and telling the people the cosmic truth. That's what we're here to do, right? It's coming up to 12:28 a.m. in the morning. Nova says, and you don't block people for having different views, something other accounts need to learn. Okay. So let's see. Nova says blocking people with different views. So when you're hosting a show, be it on a big TV station or on here, you have to make decisions. And one of the things we do is, we have a flow of information. We're not here to have disharmony, people yelling and screaming at each other. I've seen that on TikTok too many times. And I control the show. And I think I do it pretty well. So, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Right. If someone gets negative on here, my moderators will know it. And if someone's cursing or yelling or saying, if they're trolls here, we run a show here. This is not your regular TikTok. So we have to be, we listen, we'll give people a chance, but if they go negative, we have to be, right on top of things here, and that's what we do, you know. So I'm not too sorry for the people that want to cause trouble. Believe me. Thank you, Gilly. I appreciate that. Sophie, thank you for the gifts. And we send our love to all the new people here. And John Moore, welcome. Chad Harris, welcome. Chief Rid Mackerel, welcome. Patrick Taylor. Sweet Baby, I think it's Ty Locke something. Jennifer, thanks for joining us. So we have another 30 minutes of the show here. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show right here on social media. No due process for aliens from outer space. Why expect DP for illegal aliens on Earth? Hey, Rocky Boy Joe. But it is sad, folks. This show will be on my YouTube channel. Please follow my YouTube channel. I have a link on my main bio page. So please do that. Thank you, Peggy. Our mods try to do the best they can. We're all human. And if we see we block somebody by mistake, we'll kind of know and talk about it with each other. But what it really bothers me now is that we have 52 other types of species of extraterrestrial intelligence that are being held in at least 2 or 3 different places in multi-level facilities that are imprisoned on our planet with the knowledge of the Department of Defense. Department of Defense, the people in the higher echelons that are involved in these top security secret projects, when we shoot down a spaceship, we take these space people and put them at Area 51 and 52 in one other place or even more, and we now imprison them on our planet. That's really good, isn't it? Okay. Tara, let me see here. Hold on a minute. We'll take a look. That whole thing bothers me, to no end. You know what I mean? Okay, we're going to get to Tiara's thing here. Let's see. Thank you, Daniel. And let me go back. I'm going to go to my email and see if I can do that for you. I'm going to go to my email right now. And we'll take a look. I just have to find it. Let me see if this is it here. Nope. I'm looking for, I'm going to go into my old mail. And let's see, what was your email? Tiara, Renee. I'm looking on my email now for what you sent. I found it. Here it is. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm loading the image. I have it right here. Why don't we bring you up? I'll bring you up here on the show. I'm bringing you up on the screen here. I got the picture on the email. It's a photographic from your Ring camera, I think it is. Let me see. Yeah, Tiara, if you can come up, I just pressed the guest. There you go. There she is.
Hey everyone.
Hey, good evening. How you doing?
So I'm all right. I sent you a video earlier today, because it set off my camera, and then I was rewinding it back, and it's a ship. It's I think the caption, the subject says like UFO, but it was in a broad daylight. It's not an
A ship on,
airplane.
what's it called? Ship on a road?
No, the ship on the road is that if you zoom in right there, I'll send you the video. But if you zoom in to the right, to the left side next to the tree on the road, that light, zoom in.
Yeah.
That's not a motorcycle.
Okay. Do you have send me the video right now. I'll show it to everybody while we're on here. Can you resend the video? Let me see here. Hold on a minute. I'm going through all this stuff that I've been sent here. Let's see. I'm going to go into my. Hopefully, she'll send me the video. We're going to show you the video, and this will be from Tiara. Let me see here. Okay. I'm looking. And when you have it sent to me, I'll open it up and we'll show it. I don't see that anywhere, so I'm not sure. So she's probably sending me the video here, and we'll show you a video here tonight. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO. Just sent it? Okay, I'm going to be looking for it right now. I'm going to go backwards here to new meal. So let's see here. Ah, very good. We're going to show it right now. Let me see here. I got the video loading up here, folks. Oh, good. Wait a minute. What's going on here? We're going to show you a video. Let me turn the light out here. I'm going to go into my other mode. And you're going to see a video here on Encounters from Tiara, who's on with me now. And let's do this here. Okay, we're going to turn on background here. We're going to... No, I don't want to add more background. Let's see here. Give me a second, folks. Here we go. All right. All right, so we're going to show you this video. And let's see if I can get it playing here. I'm just trying to straighten it out here. Okay. I'm going to try to do another shot here a different way. Hold on a minute. All right. So we're going to turn this here and play the video. Okay, let's see here. Give me 1 second. Just got to get my thing to work here. I don't know what's going on here. Wait a minute. Just got to get my email thing working here. Hold on. Okay, that's not the one. No, let's see here. All right. I'm going to put the video up here now and try to show it. It's going sideways on my camera. Now it's going this way here. What's going on here? Here we go. I'm trying to show it, but it keeps turning. But here's the video. Can I do it? Well, it's every time I turn it, it's going different ways here. Hold on a minute. I see the traffic. And can you narrate what we're seeing?
Yeah, so the thing that's coming in, that thing. Watch, look at it. That's not a motorcycle. I had zoomed in on it. Let it play, because I believe
wait a minute.
that got to the end. I zoomed in on it I paused it and I zoomed in on it, and it's like a circle round thing. It looks like kind of a white alien head, but it's like kind of weird.
Yeah, let's do that again.
There it is.
Do people see that? And that's on your Ring camera, right?
That's on my ring.
Is that the thing there, the light going by?
Yeah, that's
right
not
there,
a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's really weird. Wow. That's amazing. I'm gonna have
And
to do
loud.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to analyze that a little bit. That's really cool.
And then look at the other video that I just sent you. That one is of a ship earlier today. It set off my camera upstairs. And it's like it's like white. It's like white and it has something black in the middle. And then it goes like in a kind of they fly kind of like in a curve. So it came in through like a curve, and then it came up and it came back down and it disappeared into a portal.
Now this is a daytime footage. Let me show this. This is let me go back to. You're going to see the footage on this one too. Hold on a minute. All right, let me just do this here for a minute. Let's see what happens here with this video. This is daytime footage. Let me turn my light off here. Okay, up. I lost it here. Hold on a minute. Is this it right here?
Yep. It's flying up. You probably have to zoom in.
Yeah. I'm trying to zoom in on here. Let's see. I'm not able to zoom in on this, unfortunately. Well, here's
up to the sky, you'll be able to see it. It's about to get to the end because that once it went into the portal, that car popped up.
We'll have to analyze that again.
Are you able to see it on your end?
On my end here, let me see. I'm playing it again, and I'm waiting to see what happens. Let's do this.
So as soon as you see it pop up where it says motion front camera, look directly below that. You'll see the little thing moving. It comes from left to right.
Yeah, I'm going to stop the camera. Wait a minute. I want people to see this. I just stilled the camera. You'll see it. It's right above here. Where is it? It's right over here. Let me bring it in more. You see it?
Yep.
It's there. There it is. I just stopped the video, and the object of the ship is right above there in the daytime.
You got to move it over just a little bit the other way.
This way?
I think we're seeing like the reflection on your thing.
Yeah. How about like this?
Other way.
This way?
Yep, a little more. There it is right there. Yep.
All right. That is amazing footage. I'm going to put this down here. Let me go back on my other screen here. Turn the light back on in studios here, and let's do this here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. And we'll go back to where we were. All right. That's really good. I'm going to have to look at those more intently. I like the one for the...
Oh, sorry. They asked me was I going to put the video up on my channel. No. Yeah. I don't like to really post my encounters. Yeah. I will share with you guys, but I live alone with a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes things can get a little funky around here. So I try to keep it calm. So
Yeah, no, you're good. Now, if I want to post that video or the other one, can I post it on my
yeah,
Ask for
yeah,
Command?
you can post it. I'm just not posting it on my page because
No,
I
no,
did
yeah, I'll post it.
my the
I'll look at them and I'll just post them with the dates and everything in general, and I'll let people watch it on my regular channel, on here.
yeah, but I
Hey,
kind of figured out that they have a portal in my backyard, and I actually watched them go inside. It was like a light, and the cars that come in,
yeah,
the drones that you guys see, they turn into
yeah,
vehicles with real people in them.
really. So now that's a whole
Absolutely.
nother thing. What do you think's going on? You've seen that happen?
I see it every day. I watch it on my camera every single day. I watch them go into the portal. I put it on my son. Yes, I watch it every single day. It blew me
Have
away
you
because I
been
didn't realize what it was at first.
have you been physically contacted?
No, I don't think so. No, but I've
Yeah, but
seen one small one, like a real one in person. But he looked like a kid, and he was like white with black eyes, small black eyes. I think he's
really,
the alien that's. It starts with the like AM, something like that. But I haven't been like bothered or anything like that. I feel
yeah,
safe.
yeah.
You know, but I've seen real stuff going on around where I live at. I don't know what it is around here, but yeah, it's kind of freaky.
Well, have other people seen things in your neighborhood, or you? Because it seems to me like you are being gradually contacted, or you're being contacted somehow.
One night a Lyran, however you say it, was in the sky, like a full blown face. It set my camera off again, and when
Yeah,
I clicked it to see what set the camera off, because that camera is very sensitive. The one that I sent you is very sensitive, not my Ring, the other one I
yeah,
had upstairs. And I
uh-huh.
clicked the picture, and because it takes pictures and videos when it detects motion, and literally you can see a woman like a cat face in the sky, like full blown.
Really
Hmm.
interesting. So, I mean, in general, if we can say what state you're in, just in general, not where you are located specifically, what state are you in?
Oh, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, so Atlanta, Georgia, just so people know. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's a big place. So, and there are things happening. I think we've talked about that a long time ago before, right?
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, so I do remember those discussions. You've been a phenomenal person. You've had I've known you for a long time. You've had contact. You're another person in a sense. You are contactee because you are having visual contact of these different things, the orbs, the spaceships. Um, and I gotta believe on some level, even if you don't remember it, I think you're being contacted on some level by the space beings of some sort, different types.
I believe so. I feel like I can communicate with them telepathically. I see them
Yeah,
literally everywhere, and I have a ship that follows me most of the time everywhere. Because sometimes I'll put my phone on like my dash, and I'll just have it facing
yeah,
up while I'm driving, and I'll get home and I'm bored, and I'm like, okay, let me see what I saw tonight. Let's see what I see tonight, and I look, and
yeah.
it'll be a triangle over my car.
Right. So, do you have any sense? I always like to ask my friends who are in different parts of the world, like yourself, that we know each other. Do you feel a sense of peace when you see these different spaceships or craft, or do you feel? How do you feel? Do you feel different depending on what you're looking at or what you're seeing?
Um, I feel kind of it switches. Like
Yeah,
I have very good discernment. So I can kind of feel what are the good ones and what are the bad ones, if you want to
and
say.
that's
Some
good.
that
The
make me
fact that you
don't
have
feel
the
comfortable
yeah, yeah,
or I'll be scared.
you have control though. You are protected in your own You know how to protect yourself from the low vibrational ETs, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of figured you did. I know that from our last conversation. Wow, this is really good. I'm glad you sent me them. Those are really cool videos we shared here tonight.
I have a book. When I tell you I have a book, I have some stuff that'll blow your mind. Because anything I tell y'all, I have it on camera. Because what I be seeing, I be having to make sure that I'm actually looking at what I'm actually looking at. So I have to rewind the
Yeah.
camera and go back. And I'm like, okay, that's exactly what I saw. And the
You know
birds,
what? A
they're not
lot of
birds.
people have, Tyler, a lot of people have ring cameras and they pick up, the ring camera doesn't lie, it picks up whatever it sees. And it's like, it's a natural eye to see whatever it is, it'll pick it up. So many people recording uh, extraterrestrial beings on their cameras, spaceships on their cameras, orbs. It's pretty amazing, isn't it, that those technologies hooked up to our homes outside, these things are showing up. They're just
Oh
like
yeah, and
appearing.
they know how to do. And if they don't want you to see them, trust and believe. They know how to disconnect your cameras. Because I have four
Oh
ring
yeah,
cameras in my. I have
yeah,
one in the front, one in the back,
yeah,
that are controlled by solar, and I have one in my bedroom and one in my baby's room. And all
yeah,
four of them, like two, my front door and my like the stuff in the front will be off, like saying like it's no Wi-Fi or something, but the other two will be on, but
yeah,
they're fully charged. Like it's weird.
yeah. No, I believe that too. Well, I want to thank you for coming back on here. Keep us informed. I mean, just this is your latest information sharing here from the last time we talked to you. So we'll definitely look at them, and I'm probably going to put one or two of them up on our Ashtar Command channel here on TikTok. All right.
Yeah,
Any last?
if anybody's, let me just tell them this: if anybody's having like a hot spot, or they're always seeing like the drones landing in one spot every day. Trust and believe you guys probably have a portal near you. Just pay attention to the vehicles that ride through or pass
Yeah,
every day because they frequent all the time and they have a round back on the side of their car.
yeah.
Like their car is rounded
And
in
you're
the back.
and you're in Atlanta, and Friends with Prairies in Vermont. She's been taken on the ships for over hundreds of the time in the last 3 years since she's been a guest on our show a long time ago. And so people like yourself, I consider that you're a contactee on a certain level. She is the person, John from Arizona. He's definitely a contact. He was on last night. The Enlightened one. He has incredible stuff going on. So it's nice to see there are different levels of what we call a contactee out there, and you are part of that contactee community in some level. So I appreciate that you're sharing all this information here.
Oh, you're welcome. And guys, don't, it's nothing to be scared of. I know that's kind of new and kind of freakish, but it's nothing to be scared of. Trust me. Because if they wanted to take you out, they would have been took you out.
And even like Half Pint, my friends Half Pint, Ray and Mary, they're in contact with the Anunnaki in the mountains of the Appalachians in Pennsylvania. They've been contactees since I've known them, and so there's a lot of contactees out there. It's amazing right now to see how many people I know that are contactees. So again, Tara,
Oh
thank you for
yeah.
being on here. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, we're going to bring it down. We're getting to the closing of the show. I think it's a due. Thank you for all the gifts. I want to thank all the new people. Um, you know, I want to thank everybody for being here. And again, if you wish to share your story in the future about contact, or you're with the government and and you have top security, clearance, I'd love to hear you come forward with the truth. We're going to be on tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. Another edition of Encounters here on TikTok. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Thank you, everybody, for being here. This show will be on my YouTube channel. Please follow me. Press the red button and we got over 103,000 people that like the show. We had 5,700 people watch the show tonight. 5,700 since about near 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So that's a nice record of folks. 5,700 people took the time to watch Encounters tonight at some point. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. We appreciate everybody. Good night, Mike, Truth, and everybody out there. We thank you all for being here. We'll see you tomorrow night. Get some rest. Thank God tomorrow is Hump Day, Wednesday. We're almost near the weekend. We love you all. Take care, everybody.